Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I am going to be doing a chit chat, get ready with me. I just wanted to hang out with you and just keep you guys in the loop with what's going on. I'm going to be taking a little bit of time off, so I had to keep you guys updated, of course, before I was gone and a little MIA for a few weeks. So that is the plan for today. By the way, everything is fine. I'm going to chat more about it in the video. I hope you guys enjoy. We're going to be here for a while because you guys know how I am with these chit chat videos. So grab a snack, get cozy, or maybe grab your makeup brushes. That way we can get ready together and have some girl time. So let's get into it. So if I don't mention anything that I use in today's video, check the description box. I will link everything. So I'm going to start with my brows first, of course, like always. So I don't know exactly what I'm going to title today's video, but I'm assuming it's probably something like taking a break or taking some time off. And I wanted to make this video obviously to update you guys because I didn't want to just like take a break and not post anything because you are all my friends, my people, and you know, we have our little community over here. So I always like to keep you guys up to date. So basically everything is fine. Hector and I are totally fine. I just really wanted to make this video just to let you guys know that I'm going to be going away for a little bit. And that sounds like really like it's something bad. I mean, like going away, like I'm not going to be on social media. I wasn't going to do this because I don't really ever like to take breaks. Like I'm always, you know, posting, you know, I might miss an upload or two if it's like a holiday weekend or if something comes up, you know, because sometimes unfortunately things happen, like I'll film a video and the audio is messed up or I don't like the footage so I have to refilm and like, you know, things sometimes just go wrong. So in those cases, that's usually when I miss an upload, like a Sunday video or a Tuesday video. I honestly hate when that stuff happens because I don't like excuses and I hate feeling like I'm making up excuses of why I don't post, you know what I mean? So whenever that happens, it's very unfortunate, but I always do try to stay very consistent with like my 3 videos a week. Like I try my best, but then sometimes I'm like, okay, I'm only human. I'm doing everything by myself. So let me not be like so hard on myself. I just really feel like I need a little bit of time to myself to like reconnect with myself and also like connect with my husband, because me and Hector, we have a lot of fun together, obviously like on the weekends and stuff, and even like throughout the week, because you know, when we're done work, we try to like kind of keep our work aside and like spend time with each other as much as we can. But sometimes it's hard to do that, I feel like, with me, because I feel like I'm always doing something and I love what I do. I'm very passionate about it, but sometimes you just need a little bit of a break. And I think social media in general can be very overwhelming and draining. And now I feel like social media is just changing like so much, like especially with TikTok and Reels. It's a lot to keep up with, at least like from my perspective. It's definitely super overwhelming. And so I feel like I need some time to just recharge. I'm not going to be gone for that long, probably like a week, maybe week and a half, maybe even 2 weeks. I've never done this before. I've never like not posted on my channel. I think the last time that I did something like this where like I took like a break from filming was when I was in college, and that was like finals week. So that was a good reason to get away for a little bit. But other than that, I really don't ever take breaks. I don't like to. It just bothers me. I like to be productive, but lately I just feel like everything that I film, I don't like it. I'm being so nitpicky and hard on myself. I'm just not super happy with how I've been like managing my time lately and just things that I've been doing, just how my videos have been turning out. Like I can't tell you guys how many times I refilm my videos. And so I'm like, okay, I just feel like I'm drained. Like I just need a little bit of time to just kind of recharge. That way I can, you know, come back and just be full force, like ready for content, ready for fall, because fall is my favorite season. I want to be excited and super passionate about what I do every single day. I don't want to feel like, oh, I have to refilm this video, or like just, you know, being so nitpicky and hard on myself. I think that just comes down to me just being just mentally drained, honestly. And I'm not going to say an exact date of when I'm going to come back, but it is going to be soon. I just obviously, you know, I never not post, even if it's like 1 or 2 videos a week. Like if I miss an upload or something, I feel like I'm always pretty active on my channel. But I think this is also going to give me some time to just get some new ideas, spark some new things, hopefully be a little bit more creative. I also want to take this time to organize my space a little bit and kind of just relax and just do things that I haven't had a chance to do, even like around the house, and just also spending time with my husband away from social media. Because something else that I'm going to do is also, I'm not going to be on Instagram or just any of my social media platforms. I'm actually going to delete the apps on my phone and just take some time to disconnect from the world as well, because I mean, I feel like there's real world and then there's social media, and social media can be a super like toxic place, and there's a lot of obviously negativity on there, and it's just social media, I feel like in general can be really draining, whether you do YouTube or if you're like a small business owner or just like in general. I think we all need a break from social media, and for me, like speaking for myself, I feel like I spend an excess amount of time on social media, more than like the average person, obviously because this is what I do. Just lately I'm like, I'm wasting so much time on social media, and lately it makes it really easy to do that, especially when you go on TikTok. You just start scrolling and scrolling, and like you're in like this dark hole of social media, and I'm like, I don't want to do this. So I'm like, I need to take a break from that. So I actually deleted my TikTok app, which I've done before, because I'm sure you guys know how addicting it can be to be on there. And then, you know, Instagram is also kind of in a way like that with Reels now. It's so easy to just get on there and just be caught up in this. It almost just seems like a fantasy world, social media, and I'm just like, I need a break from it. I don't want to be on it 24/7, you know? So I think taking a little break from that is going to be nice. I'm not going to deactivate my Instagram or anything like that. Not that I think there's anything wrong with doing that. Hector actually also deactivated his Instagram because he's been feeling the same way too. And a couple of you guys actually DM'd me and you asked if we're okay, which is so sweet. Like, we're totally fine. But Hector, like I said, he's also just has been feeling like, you know, social media can be a waste of time, and, you know, sometimes it's just not the most positive space. Let me move into the eyeshadow. I know I'm kind of like talking and going on a rant, and I don't even know if I'm making sense. Hopefully I am, but let me start on the eyeshadow and then we'll keep chatting, because I could sit here and do my eyebrows for like the whole video and not even do anything else with my makeup because I get so like into what I'm saying. Moving into the eyes, I'm gonna use the BFF and Alondra and Elsy collab from BH Cosmetics. I love this palette. So I am gonna start off with the shade right here, Latte. Okay, let me just put in some of the crease colors and then I will continue chatting. I love this palette. Become like one of my favorites. Like recently I've been using it more. It's such nice quality, and I love like the shades in here because you could do a lot of different looks with this palette. I'm gonna go into this color right here, and I'm also gonna add in Wine and Dine. Okay, I am building up this color quite a bit. There's no way I would have been able to talk while doing this. And I'm gonna add a shimmer to this right here, so I'm not really too worried about blending that out. Okay, I just spot cleaned this brush, and I have to just really quickly shout out the Real Techniques Instant Brush Cleaner. This is really, really good. So I was using the, sorry, it's so bright. I don't know if you can, okay, there you go. You can see it right there. That's what it looks like. So I was using the IT Cosmetics Brush Bath, and that's really, really expensive. It did last me quite some time, but this one is really nice. You do get less product in here, but it's a good brush cleaner. I feel like you don't need a lot to like instantly clean your brush. Okay, now this is looking crazy. We're gonna add a shimmer now and make this a little bit better. So I'm gonna take the color Gleam. And look at that shade, you guys. And then I'm just blending out the edges. I love the color combination of like the gold with like the really deep plum. I love the way this is turning out. I'm gonna do winged liner and lashes and everything. So I just stocked up on a bunch of my favorite drugstore makeup, and this is one of my favorite liners. I just got another one from Ulta. This is the Essence Super Precise Liner. This one is long lasting, waterproof, and it is super black. I love the way this dries down because it's nice and matte and really dark. So I'm gonna use this to do a wing, and this is how I've been doing my winged liner lately. I start with the wing first, and then I kind of connect it that way. And then with the excess eyeshadow that I have under here, I usually just take a wipe to not only wipe away the eyeshadow that's under there, but also to clean up the winged liner. and make it nice and precise. Now let's keep chatting. So what I was saying earlier was that I really appreciate you guys who are checking in, because some of you guys noticed also that Hector did deactivate his Instagram as well. And then also I haven't been wearing my wedding band, no specific reason. So some people were like asking if everything was okay and, you know, just kind of checking in, which I understand, because like on social media, sometimes it's easy to like put two and two together and kind of just, you know, think that something else is wrong, but no, we're totally fine. But Hector was feeling the same way, that, you know, social media is just not always the best thing to be on all the time, and it's okay to take a break from it. So he deactivated his as well. I don't know how long he's gonna deactivate his for, but Hector really loves to read and journal and things like that, and he's been doing more of that, which, you know, that makes him happy. So if he's happy, I'm happy. So I love that for him. And like for me, I just feel like I spend a lot of time on social media sometimes, like just scrolling and not being productive, and I hate that about myself. It's like, why am I on here so much when I know that I have stuff to do? So I'm gonna use the Kiss Max Out Lashes in the style Love. But yeah, I have personally never taken a break from social media. I have definitely had, you know, certain points and periods where maybe I'm not super active, but I'm always on social media in some way usually. And like I said, like this is what I do for a living. Like social media is my job. So I'm, you know, naturally on it. I feel like more than like an average person would be on it. So I'm excited to take a break because like it's something different, and I've just never disconnected from social media. I've never deleted the apps on my phone. The only app that I really tend to delete the most on my phone is TikTok and usually Facebook sometimes, because Facebook is really purely just for, I don't want to say entertainment, but it's kind of just something that I have like my business page on Facebook, which I'm not that great at keeping up with as well, because I'm not super active on Facebook like I am like Instagram and everything. But I really have Facebook mostly, like my personal Facebook is for like family, and I have a couple like random friends and stuff on there from high school, but it's mostly people who are like closest to me on Facebook. But sometimes like I just don't even want to be on that, because I'm like, it's a waste of time. But Instagram, I've never been off of that more than like a day. But yeah, I've never really spent time away from that. It's going to be different. It's one of the first things that I do in the morning is like check my Instagram, which I'm not proud of that. I'm trying to like just disconnect, recharge, and just prioritize different things other than like being on my phone all the time. And I want to spend genuine time with Hector, because a lot of times, obviously, you know, we're all guilty of it, just being on our phones when we're spending time with people, or if we're watching a show or just anything. It's like you're on your phone all the time, and I hate that. As much as I love social media, it's like we don't need to be on it 24/7. Like, let's take a break from it. Let's live in the moment, enjoy each other's company, and that's what I want to do. So I feel like I want to take this time to like connect with myself and connect with my husband. I love saying my husband still, even like a year and a half later. It's seriously like my favorite thing. Like whenever I can, when I'm talking to somebody, I'm like, oh, my husband. Like it just doesn't get old. I love saying it. If I'm being honest with you guys, it's really easy also to compare yourself obviously on social media and to feel like you're not doing good enough when you're seeing other people online. And I struggle with that a lot. Like I'm not the most confident person. You know, I try to be, and sometimes you gotta fake it till you make it, but I'm really not the most confident person. And that's another reason why I want to get off social media for a little bit, because it's just so easy to get on there and just feel like you're not good enough or you're not doing enough. So I encourage you guys to also do the same, to take a break from social media, even if it's just for like a few days, because I'm gonna be gone not for, like I said, a super long time, but I definitely feel like it's necessary and it's gonna be nice, even if it's just for a short period of time. I also want you guys to know, like, and to keep in mind that social media can be fake, and you don't have to compare your journey to somebody else's highlight reel on social media, because obviously people are showing, and you know, myself included, we show the happy times, the cute things, the aesthetics, and like, you know, the good parts of our life, but we're not sitting there and posting things that we go through all the time. So I know it's, you know, kind of common sense, like, you know, all right, social media can be fake, but I know it's really easy to get caught up in that life and just, like I said, compare yourself to others and just think that what you're doing is not enough. This lash is being a little biatch. Let me put some more glue on it. I think I let the glue dry a little bit too long and I didn't apply it properly. So my hope is that this little break will be very positive and it will be great, and it'll just help me to feel more like rejuvenated and just more productive. That's what my hope is. I also want to like not be on my phone as much as I need to, like when I get back. Like one of my personal goals is to, okay, what is up with these lashes? Like, what is this? I also want to get more into like reading and like also like journaling like Hector's doing versus being on my phone all the time. Like if I'm not responding to DMs and if I'm not responding to comments and if I'm not posting or doing something positive and productive on social media, like I don't want to be on it. I don't want to be scrolling an excess amount than what I have to. And that's something that I'm trying to do. Like I feel like even just alone being off of TikTok, it has allowed me to have so much more time throughout the day because I'm like not just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. I mean, I will be honest, social media has a lot of positive things. I've learned so much on TikTok and just like in general, like I've definitely learned a lot and I really enjoy it too for obviously entertainment and just as an escape. There's certain people who I really enjoy watching, but still sometimes you gotta turn it all off and just live your life, like your actual life, and live in the moment and enjoy the people around you without the phones and social media and everything. So the only apps that I'm really going to keep are my YouTube app and then the YouTube Studio app that I like to keep to just kind of keep up with comments and stuff like that. But other than that, everything else, I'm deleting it. I'm going to delete Twitter. I'm going to delete Instagram. I've thought about deleting Twitter just like in general because I mean, I'm not opposed to Twitter. I like it, but it doesn't really do much for me, honestly. Like if we're talking social media platforms, like my favorite one is definitely Instagram and the one that I feel like I enjoy having because you get the stories, you get like the posts, I could do reels and stuff on there. So that's definitely like my favorite app. And I feel like honestly, if I just had Instagram and I had YouTube, I think I would be good. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on like the other apps. Anyways, I pretty much said everything that I had to say for today's video. It was really just to kind of let you guys know where I'm gonna be. Like I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be here. Everything's fine. I'm just not gonna be on socials. Definitely gonna be super different also because you don't realize like how much time you spend on social media, I guess, until you really get off of it. That's what Hector has been telling me. Okay, the lashes don't look perfect. This glue, it'll dry, hopefully. If not, I'll go over it with some liner. They're looking a little wonky. Today is just one of those days, but I love these. These are like one of my favorites, but it's just one of those days. But it happens, so let's move on. So I'm gonna do a little primer water. I'm gonna use the Rare Beauty Always an Optimist 4-in-1 spray. I love this. Oh, this is really, really nice. I love like the light kind of calming scent that it has. I'm also gonna like do a little mixture with my primers today because I have been loving this combo ever since I tested it out based on your recommendations. So I have the NYX Bare With Me Daily Moisturizing Primer. So this is basically just like a moisturizer with like SPF in it, which is really nice. It has SPF 30 in it. This one is great, and I also love the one from Milani. The other day when I went to Ulta, I got it back up because I love it that much. So this is another really good one as well. They're both really nice. I think the Milani one is a little bit more affordable, but they're both nice. They're like invisible type sunscreens. So I'm going to use some of this. Again, I actually already had sunscreen on, but I'm going to reapply. I love this. It's so good. And then I'm going to use the e.l.f. Acne Fighting Primer, the Putty Primer. This is really, really good. It is so creamy, but still like super smoothing. So I'm going to use this, and I'm actually breaking out. Like, do you see that? For those of you who ask, do you ever break out? Trust me, I do. My skin is not breaking out. For those of you who ask, do you ever break out? Trust me, I do. My skin is not perfect. I'm telling you guys, it's not. Also, there is no filter on my camera. So I film with the Canon 70D, which I always link in the description box, by the way, if any of you guys are like ever wondering what camera and lens that I use. I've had this camera for like 5 years. I love it. There's no filter on this camera like whatsoever. That's why I film so many of my videos in natural daylight, so you guys can see like the products and everything even more. But like in general, the only thing that I have are my studio lights on usually and just my camera, and that's it. I wanted to mention this because I never want you guys to think that I'm like lying or anything when it comes to like a filter. In one of my recent videos, I was doing a makeup tutorial, the Pop of Blue. There was a few people that mentioned that you couldn't see my mole, I guess, like on camera, which I didn't even notice that. But if you guys ever see something on my face and you kind of see me going in and out and you think that there's a filter, it's not a filter. It's really just because I have a like blurred background because of my lens. So whenever I'm moving in, the background gets a little bit more blurry, and then when I move out, you know, things kind of change a little bit. But there is no filter on this camera. There is a filter on my vlogging camera that I use, which I actually need to turn that off because sometimes it's a bit much. I don't like to even like on Instagram use any crazy filters. I will be honest, I do use filters on there. I feel like most of us do, but I always like the filters where they kind of just like enhance yourself without like changing and altering the way your nose and the way your lips look. Like, I don't like to use those kinds of filters. I think they're definitely a bit much. But yeah, on this camera, there's no filters absolutely none. And I just want to let you guys know, because I know a lot of people use filters and there's nothing wrong with that, I guess, but I don't use them, so I don't feel the need to. I actually really love my skin, especially throughout the past couple years. I mean, yeah, I break out, like I said, and my skin's not perfect. There's a lot of things that I don't love, especially like my under eyes, which I talk about all the time, but I love my skin, and I'm always going to be honest with you guys, like, this is my skin. So yeah, long story short, there's no filter on this camera. There is on my vlogging camera, but most Sony cameras, they just have an automated filter. I need to turn it down or turn it off. I actually have mine usually on low, but I feel like when you're doing like a vlog or something, I guess it's not a huge deal versus like a makeup video. Like, I want you guys to see like the texture and everything, you know? But anyways, for foundation, I'm using the Flawless in Real Life Skin Perfecting Foundation from UOMA Beauty by Sharon C. I love this foundation. It is so smooth, and I really like it with the primer combination that I have going on, and just like other like of my favorite primers. It doesn't really work that great with the vitamin C serum, which I talked about before. Like, this combo is not the best, but if you have like your favorite primer or something, use it with the foundation because it's so nice. This color is actually a little bit too dark for me right now, but I think I can it work. And I have this one in the shade Honey T1, and this brush that I'm using is the Hailey's Beauty Brilliant Kabuki brush, which I love for pretty much any foundation, any type of liquid. It's amazing. Now for concealer, I'm going to use the Fenty Beauty Bright Fix Eye Brightener, and this one is in Melon. I love this product. I didn't realize I was gonna love it this much, but it is so pretty. Like, look at how bright it makes your under eyes. And then I feel like you don't have to use as much concealer because this gives you a little bit of coverage as well. Also, I figured I would mention, because it's easy to, again, to assume like when somebody says something like on social media, which I totally get, because I feel like we all do that. Like, I do it too when you try to put two and two together. But I am not pregnant. Hector and I are not trying to get pregnant, so that is not what this little break is about either. Sometimes I want kids and then sometimes I don't, and yeah, I feel like, you know, I'm 25, I'm still young, so I'm not rushing anything. But yeah, kids, not right now. I feel like it'll happen when it's meant to happen. So yeah, that's not what this little break is about either. It's really just about recharging and just collecting my thoughts, connecting with myself, with Hector, basically recharging. That's what I feel like I need. I feel like I'm like, I have like this much fuel left. Like, actually my battery right now, I have to change it. And that's how I feel. I feel like I've been wanting to do this for so long. I'm going to use the Rare Beauty concealer, by the way. I have this one in 200C, but I've been wanting to, you know, take a little bit of a break and everything. I just don't like to do that because I don't want to feel like I'm disappointing you guys, or like I'm being lazy, or like I'm so grateful for what I have, and the fact that I can even take a break and everything. Like, I realize that's like a luxury and it's a blessing in itself, and I don't want you guys to think that I'm not grateful for what I have, because I am. But you know, we all need breaks sometimes, and sometimes we just need time to ourselves. At first I was feeling super guilty about it, and I kind of honestly still feel a little bit guilty about it, because I don't know how to take a break and how to relax and how to not do anything. Like, as much as I procrastinate sometimes, I also like to get things done. I would say I'm like a hardworking procrastinator sometimes. I just feel like it really is necessary, and I wouldn't be taking a break if I didn't think that it was necessary, you know, because I don't like to do that. I'm gonna use my e.l.f. Putty bronzer. I have the shade Tan Lines and Belle. I love mixing both of these. Oh my gosh, this pimple, it's so bad, you guys, and I don't recommend it, but I am a picker when it comes to pimples on my face. It's such a bad habit. So let me know how you guys feel about also like social media and just like in general. I will say though, like, out of all the platforms, YouTube is still always a favorite, because I have just so many creators and so many great videos that I've watched on YouTube that I really love, and I think it's really easy to like see less maybe things that you're not interested in on YouTube versus like Instagram. You can always, even if there's something you don't want to see, I feel like it's always bound to like come up with the algorithm and everything. And like, that's another thing. Like, I feel like Instagram, the algorithm, it's just changing all the time. I know a lot of creators have complained about like their content not being pushed out and everything, and that kind of stuff is also very discouraging. And it's just like, it makes you, like, for me personally, like, because I agree, like, I think the algorithm is all messed up on Instagram, and sometimes I'm like, I don't even want to post, because I'm like, are people even gonna see like what I'm posting? Because Instagram pushes out what it wants to push out. So Like, I already have a hard time like keeping up with, I think, social media, like in general. I've said that many times, but I don't think I'm not good at that at all. Like, I can be consistent on YouTube. I mean, like I said, I have my bad weeks and times where things just don't work out, and it sucks and it's overwhelming. But I also have times where I'm very consistent and everything's on point, and then I'm like, oh, I have to post on Instagram. You know, I got off TikTok, and now I'm like, do I need to be back on TikTok? But I just feel like that's a totally different audience on there, and that's also, I don't know. It's just, I don't even know. I'm just overwhelmed with all of these social media platforms, and I don't know how people do it, and I admire people who can do everything because I feel like I can't. I'm gonna use the Patrick Ta Do We Know Her Cream and Powder Blush Duo. This is really, really nice, and I hate to say it because it is so expensive, but I do really like this little duo. So I'm gonna use the cream blush. I like how there's a powder and then a cream in one. It's just really, really convenient. And hopefully you guys understand like where I'm coming from. And I'm also, this is not coming from a place of me complaining or not being grateful for what I have. It's kind of just, I guess, me like also being honest about being in the beauty space, because I never want it to come off like I'm not grateful for what I do and what I have, because I 100% am. I think you guys understand where I'm coming from, hopefully. I'm using the Collab Ultra Fine Loose Setting Powder, by the way. This is the one with the white cap. So this is like the translucent one. Then I'm gonna set the rest of my makeup with the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop Mattifying Powder. I'm just gonna use this to set the rest of the face, and also I'm just gonna add some to like my T-zone. This is a really like super matte powder, but it doesn't dry out my skin, but it like will keep your makeup matte and everything throughout the entire day. I used this the other day and I was surprised, like I didn't touch up my makeup or anything, and it has been super hot here. Whenever you're doing your eyes first and you have winged liner, don't forget to go back and touch up your winged liner, because sometimes it gets powdery from the powders. And also try not to mess up like I just did. I'm gonna just wait for that to dry, and then I'll clean it up with some concealer. So now to fix this, I'm just using a flat shader brush. This one's from BH Cosmetics. I'm just gonna take this with some concealer. I'm using the one from Rare Beauty, and I'm just gonna clean that up a little bit. There we go, it worked, yay! Clean up this wing, there we go. Oh, that's a good trick actually. Flat shader brush, some concealer. You can also like use this to clean up your wings and make them look a little bit more sharp and like on point. I'm gonna use the Ilia Drawn In Night Light Bronzing Powder. For the lips, I'm gonna use the Milani Understatement Lip Liner in Café au Lait. And then I'm going to use Dose of Colors Liquid Lipstick in Catching Feelings. This is such a good nude. Then I'm going to use the NYX This Is Milky Gloss in the shade Milk and Honey. Almost done. So I'm going to do the lower lash line. I'm going to take the shade Wine and Dine. And then for the inner corners, I'm thinking I'm going to take the shade Blessed right up top. Then I'm going to use the Milani Stay Put eyeliner in Semi Sweet. It's just like a really dark chocolate brown. And I'm going to use that on my waterline. I was going to do like a black, but brown is nice too. This lash is so like messed up. Hopefully it wasn't too bad throughout the video. Lower lashes, and then we'll be all done. I'm going to just set the makeup, that way none of the mascara smears, and then we're going to be all done. So that is it for this chit chat get ready with me. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I know I was like all over the place in this video, and I feel like I was just jumbling all my words and kind of repeating myself over and over again, but hopefully you guys understand where I'm coming from and why I'm taking a little bit of a break. Like I said, it's not going to be forever. It's not going to be a super long time. I would say probably the longest is like maybe 2 weeks or so, but I will come back when I'm ready and when I feel like, all right, I'm recharged and I'm ready to go. So I really feel like it's necessary. You know, I have been holding off on doing this for so long, and I finally feel like my soul is like telling me like, it's time to do it. It's time to just relax, like genuinely relax and take a break away from your phone. So I'm gonna be using this to like just take pictures, because I love taking photos. I love my little photo dumps and just having pictures and videos for memories, because life is just so fast and life is short. So that's the only thing I'm gonna be doing on my phone for the next couple weeks. And I'm really hoping that something very positive will come out of this little break that I'm taking. But thank you guys for allowing me to take a break. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't even be able to do this. So I'm very, very grateful. I love my job. I love you guys. Also, friendly reminder for you guys as well, it's okay to disconnect from social media and take a break from that too. Remember to remove and unfollow and get rid of anything that doesn't give you anything positive in your life. If it's negative and it just puts you down and you don't see anything good coming out of it, get rid of it. And also, your mental health comes first, so always keep that in mind and take care of yourself if needed. Thank you guys so much for everything. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you very soon in my next one. Bye.